Blessings and salutations, wonderful Aries and across the watchers who love you. I'm Sunny, the Urban Tarot. This is a general collective read, so it may not resonate to all of you. But how many of you that come through with a view, I truly appreciate you. Aries, this is a cardinal sign read, and with Aries, even in its fire energy, and with a cardinal being a cardinal sign where it feels where it's instilled within you, you feel like what motivates you is a determination, like in your spirit, like you feel it, uh, like with a cardinal sign, it feels destined to be this way. Like you feel like you're guided spiritually to see things, to see them out a particular way. Okay, that's the best way that I can explain it. The way I see, as far as cardinal signs go. So again, this might not resonate to you. I could say you when it's them. I might say she when it's him. I call out astrology signs that you might not care to hear or might not go with the message. But it might be in their birth chart. It might be in the energy they move in. Because I do the reads according to the signs, other viewers might care whether, to know the astrology sign or the energies involved. Alrighty. So this is just an October message. And yeah, again, I did enough with the ramble. I'm saying a prayer. We're going to get to the read. Also, I did a pre-shuffle, and I did see in the collective energy of it being a message of Aries. I don't know if it's you or them, where somebody want to make amends, even though things has been really, even though it doesn't look good, it wants to like make amends and heal, or try to make an offer to see what could be done in the long run to get to a good place. Okay, that's just for some. But let's see. Let me pray and see what I get for these other decks. Dear God, thank you for your mercy, blessings, protection, forgiveness, abundance, and direction. Through your grace, through our angel ancestors and spirit guides, please allow me to see with clarity for the highest good for our wonderful, beautiful Aries. Amen. Amen. Again. Let's see. For Aries, please. October 2022. Highest good of Aries, please. Highest good for Aries, please. October 2022. October 2022. October 2022. For Aries, please. Please show me to see for the highest good. Just a message for Aries. Highest good, please. For Aries, please. Aries energy. Ooh, justice. Libra energy, but definitely justice, accountability. It's like things are balancing out. That's the energy I feel in, is like the balance of it all, where you are reaping your rewards. Or even if it's to the place where there's justice, it looks like it's in your favor, it's upright, it's fair, it's okay. All right. Let's see. Six of Pentacles. Okay. The give and take came out right after that justice. Ooh. It's a lot of fire here, I'll tell you that much. It's a lot of fire in this read. I do see that you're really trying to come together and work collectively. With the Six of Pentacles, this Three of Pentacles here. Even where I see this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you're not, it doesn't have to be as difficult. You don't have to feel like it doesn't have to put in so much work. I think the balance and the justice of it all is people doing their part. What I see after this, which I'm going to have to get some more clarity here. I mean, I just need to pull these up because so many major arcanas in reverse here. I'm just trying to see what the extra message here could be. Okay, let me just say this before I get to this spread here. The extra message showing is Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I'm trying to see, like, what is it to see that somebody is feeling like no longer wanting to put in the hard work, or is because somebody doesn't see it as it being a victory doing so, because they just don't see it being respected. Like, it doesn't see it being like going forward. Of it just feels like what I see here is someone cannot no longer invest or putting in the the hard work because they don't see a victory doing so. They put in they thought at one point, whether it's you or them, that something would be success in the long run by doing so, but now it's seeing that it doesn't look plausible because you did it many times before and it still ended up with these results that seem stagnating. So more or less with this Five of Swords is an understanding that somebody's going to still keep overtaking. But just looks to where you disarmed them as well, to where it doesn't feel good to move like this. It doesn't feel good to move in this place where it's not tacking diplomacy up in your head to think that somebody's going to betray you. But the justice here is like in your energy. It's like, let's just be fair. Let's be fair, even though you feeling like whatever you have put in the past or what was done in the past that was negative, you're not trying to go there. You're just like, okay, let's start fresh. Let's do a clean slate. Because the challenge in the past is to do with the give and take at a slower pace. It used to be coming in fast, quick, to make amends, to make things work. Now it looks as if it's not so much happening. It's more or less a delay. It's more questions being asked before somebody gives. It's more hesitance. And now it's more or less seeing this energy of feeling like currently with the justice in it is that somebody's feeling unapologetically determined to get to a comfortable place. Like, it just looked like it just feels like this has to be done looking at how things was done in the past. That was challenge you, the justice of it all, that you did all you could. And now you have to move the way you have to. It's like letting it be known it's not this guarded energy of what's going to happen, what's the worst. And it's more or less saying you putting a distance there because you're not even putting yourself in this place to be keep this argumentative, this wondering how safe is your assets. It's more or less like, no. I see, like I said, Libra here, Cancer, Leo, Libra, Taurus, Cancer, and Pisces. Okay. Let's see. For Aries, please. October 2022. For Aries, highest good. Please show me down here to see. For Aries, please. October 2022. October 2022. For Aries, highest good, please. For Aries, please. For Aries, please. Aries, please. All right. Okay. Okay. Two chakra cards came out. A lot of stuff it came out in this read, but what I see is what's more powerful is what you do and how you speak. It's showing, for what you do that it doesn't even motivate you or it's not passionate for you. You're speaking that everything that you was committed to and the transition that it took you through, you feel like the end has to come and or a new phase, a new way of doing things. It look like for everything that you do, yeah, it's more or less this is boring, dry. It's like you haven't. When I say that dry as a desert, it more or less is like a turn off. Boring, drying up your resources. Where it's like you speaking on the fact from this May to October energy, we're supposed to be flourishing. It's supposed to be the season of where May is like the flowers come out. You start the summer, your harvest is about and everything until you start transitioning to that period till you start preparing again for the next winter to when where things have your resources are tighter, and it's more or less looking as if and all that you do, it seems like how you come through for them. It's just more or less seeing that doesn't feel like they showed you that that's the comfortability that you don't feel that comfortable with them. Even if you did before, that's not how it is now. Yeah, it's more or less feeling with this energy that yeah, somebody have found some friends, whether I think it's you in the darkness that you're in that has showed you that there's something that could come together that long term is more stable. You're seeing something more flourishing. It's just more. Some of you are feeling apprehensive about literally distancing from this because honestly showing for some of you y'all really are submissive to your desires with this person. You've been holding on to the fact that you've been tied to them for many moons and you feel a certain way about them that you feel like certain things, even if you know the worst about them, you just really have not been able to cut the cord as of yet. I think you're seeing things in a balance of it to where your sword is up to where eventually coming to this understanding of it has to be done. Some of you really thought in how y'all came together that y'all would always be at this place to where no matter what y'all would work together for the long-term goal. But now it's like seeing that it's like a feeling of just didn't want to accept the fact that there's a distance, there's a difference, and I think you see the justice and the balance in it at the point of not holding on or doing more than they can, or the more than they do. The challenge, even with this in the past, with that six of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands as the clarification, even with that energy, is feeling as if it showed that you could tell that they gave whoever, more to who was alluring them, who was grabbing their attention. So you knew that if they wasn't moving with you the way they used to, it must have been felt like it was something else because it slowed down. And it's like, and the reason why it slowed down because I see that Three of Wands there, to where it shows like whether I'm seeing this give or take come from this place to where this Queen of Wands is like, yeah, it's supposed to be the Aries as the priority, where it shows that it has slowed down. You seeing that the change in the energy to say, oh, I'm trying to see if this is still going to work out, or you're really trying to see what they're doing. You more or less was trying to see what was their intentions, what was they. That was more the challenge. That's why you were still giving and moving a certain way because you wasn't really sure what the end game was. Because it was looking as if you never thought it would be looking in this way to where y'all would be such adversaries. It's more or less looking at this place of this Page of Cups in reverse, unapologetic, because it's Captain Saving, Prince Charming. It's feeling like, again, like somebody's giving and moving and swaying with all types of energies. And more or less of this King of Wands looking at, listen, the King of Wands is looking at this pair here. I see this pair here now, but I see the Queen and the King here. And it's looking as if, more or less, like, this King of Wands is looking at that energy of somebody really feeling like an unapologetic energy because of this Captain Saving, Prince Charming. So they feel like they don't have to be diplomatic or even feeling like there's an energy of a argumentative energy, like an entitledly, like, you supposed to give me because you're giving things elsewhere, and as much as I gave to you, it's more or less feeling like it's other things you can do too. It's looking like both of you, whether is seen or known, that it's an energy of feeling like it's like this justice of feeling like, even though somebody, whether there's been some betrayal, it's feeling like somebody's going to get their quote unquote lick back. At least it look that's what they want, because they feel like they gave into such a fault, and they feel played, and they feel like, and it's not even trying to hide the fact they want this to end. They want a new phase. They tired of how things is. Even with this movement, it's just like, it's showing it was inevitable. Like, what else you supposed to do? It's like you showing you have options. Pardon the sirens, Hood NYC. See Pisces, Scorpio. Just look like there's some distance and travel. It's like in this, when I was talking about the season of it being from the harvesting season to the dormant season, and it just looks as if when that dormant season come in, it's more or less seeing that from with the worst possibility of you thinking something was going to break you, is literally going to make you stronger than you ever known. It's like this connection here, as intense this pair is, where I see the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, it's a passionate pair here, but the justice is showing that it has to change or end, because it's showing the way it's going was doomed to fail. And it's because of somebody's overgiven and someone is overtaken, or maybe y'all take turns doing so, to where it feels as if it's entitledly energy. But I do see where it's holding on to your investment before you make a move. It's trying to make sure you have something for your rainy day. I don't know if you're trying to make sure you keep, what they call that? You know, when you, it's not like I say saving something from rainy day, but just making sure you have that just in case that, I forgot what they call it. It'll come to me, or maybe it come to you. And if it do, you think to put in the comments, I would appreciate it. You know that this person is very much unpredictable, at least predictably enough to do certain things in a very pagey energy. Like, they respond very immaturely. And as much as you love them, there's certain things you can't speak to them because they cannot even take the they can't even I don't know why I can't find the words. They cannot take the if someone give them advice or suggestions, it's like they immediately turn to a victim. And just anxiety of that type of energy have you in your head because it's more or less like it's such a tumultuous feeling or like energy to be in, to be always expecting a negative response for someone because of what they showed you over time. Okay, I'm talking a little. Let me get to the more clarification here because maybe that'll help me see more about this read. For Aries, please. Please show me I need to see for Aries. Yeah, it's like more you gave to this person, the more they took, and it's more or less you feeling now that okay, the justice is I'm gonna get mine's back. And it's to me with the justice, it seems it should be it's gonna be done hopefully in accordance. Let me see. Let's see what else is here. Because it's justice for you. At least you feeling like, oh, sugar, honey, iced tea. And I knew, I didn't want to say it, but I was thinking even with this devil here, it was like the justice. I kept on feeling, saying like somebody really feel like they got their leg back. They really feel like they got their get back, the big payback. Or they not, the justice would be is when they get it back. Okay. Okay. Sheesh. Sugar, honey, I see. I see that you're no longer giving into this because of trying to be this, secure in their feelings. And it's like more or less there's been too much deception. And at the end of the day, you're not trying to take control and make it work. It's more or less saying the victory you see is with the truth. Yeah. Saying fear, focus, and even down to, I'm seeing even staying connected because it doesn't seem the Nine of Pentacles is not upright. It seems like currently, yeah, you're not at this independent state. Yeah, you're kind of stuck. So you're trying to make things look, if it has to give the illusion, it's going to be good for you if it ain't good for them. That's what it looks like. That's the justice in it all. It's going to benefit you. Yeah. It's more or less saying, too, where you're like, I'm not trying to be the one to have to come in hard and be strong because you felt like in how you did in the relationship, the things that you put up with from this person, you felt like you already solidified how strong you are. Now it's more or less feeling like I don't have to be so strong as to do things the right way as far as how this thing is going to end to make it easy for them. Because that's not what you feel like, no, because it wouldn't make you feel good to be the bigger person because you had a lot to lose in this situation. They showed you who they was with this real Five of Pentacles lizardy energy. And now more or less you saying like, I'm healing. I ain't there yet. Still feel the burden and stuff. I'm still feeling knowing your worth and somebody literally burdening you instead of letting you walk with your crown on. It's just not, no longer, you can no longer stand in that. You can no longer work with that. Okay, you freeing yourself, but you saying in a minute. The justice is to you is going to be when you're ready to. And I seen that in the last read with Aries, so I think it's just like for some, you're going to just be like, look, I played nice when things, before I played nice when I thought we had a future together. Now knowing that there's no way this could be, I'm going to just make it the way I need it to be until I'm ready to leave. That's what I see. Now, also, because I see that devil right underneath that Queen of Wands energy of a toxicity, codependent addictions, and whatnot. And even look at this Three of Wands, seeing how things are panning out, trying to get things to come together, taking your time to see how it would work. It wasn't moving. And I think it was like it was more or less some pushback energy that's giving you a difficult time. And they felt like you was tied to have to work with them. They felt like they had more control and more of a hold. And even where you're seeing this energy of this unapologetic energy, because you're seeing this Captain Safe, this Prince Charming, like this person literally was moving in a way to where they was in the street. That's all I could really say. Sometimes it'd be like they want to sit there and just saving them. That's all I want to say. Okay, that's they like want to smile and they just doing things that was not. It wouldn't work. It wasn't working for you. It wasn't working for them. It wasn't working for what y'all was trying to do, which I needed to do. It was more or less this energy of a cocky arrogance that made it difficult to work with them. And where I'm seeing more or less is this energy of like somebody getting a hold of, where I see this King of Wands. It could be duality of you Aries. It could be the masculine and feminine energy. And I see that it went from this feminine energy to this masculine, maybe trying to now strategize and see that they gave what they could give and somebody would keep taking. So it's more or less to protect yourself, get the information you need, the rest you need to make the move that you need to. It's showing that it's more or less this, it's basically blatantly saying, yes, this is coming to an end. I take accountability. I'm going to evolve from this. But at the end of the day, how I move is going to be at my pace. I don't have to have no, like somebody's like, more or less, the justice is not for everybody to understand. The justice is how you feel inside, works according to your plan. Alrighties. Let's see what we have for advice and outcome. Sagittarius, Taurus here, Capricorn. Let's see for Aries, please. For Aries, please. Show me what I need to see. Advice and outcome for Aries, please. Advice and outcome for Aries, please. Advice and outcome for Aries. October 2022 for Aries, highest good. Please show me what I need to see. For Aries, please. Seen that devil again. For Aries. Look at that reconciliation. Now, reconciliation does not necessarily mean that everything is going to be hunky-dory. It just means it's no more, basically, it's an understanding. It's an understanding. Hopefully, we're going to get clarification. Hopefully, it's a reconciliation. But either way, it's upright. Ooh, they got a Queen of Cups. This is looking like, okay. You're being much... Okay, let me get this out first. Okay, the change. I see. Let's see. Sugar, honey, iced tea. Now, I want to explain too, and I kept on saying that look back or get in the payback. Some of you feel like they pulled this stunt and it's in a time where you feel you cannot make certain moves, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, whether it just feels as if you have no choice, so this is justice for you. But when it's shown in a karmic point of view, like especially from the Most High, because we all are loved and blessed, whether or not we want to realize by our angel ancestors and spirit guides, especially the ones who, I'm not talking about the ones we don't want their blessings from. I'm talking about the ones that know overall what's best for you to be the best you can be. It's not always easy, you know? So we're showing this part of making peace, and you looking at your cup as it being elaborate, being treated as such no matter what. Is also showing in the center of this is five of pentacles in reverse with the five of swords. So it's showing that in order to come out this feeling left out in the cold, it's more or less feeling, let me disarm them. Let me make them, let them know that they're not in a position to do that again. But it's also looking, by doing so, it's showing an injustice, because it's showing with the Queen of Swords is that's taking you off your throne. It's making it look as if the justice in itself was coming to you without you interfering at all. See, it just seemed like you just unapologetically like saying, so what, I'm feeling stuck, and this is a decision that I made, because with this King of Cups in the world here, with the Hangman, it looks to me that you're like, listen, you love this person, but you realize this is the best way for you to deal with this, because you still have ties to this, and you're like, this is the only way. If I feel like, and also with this Queen of Pentacles, is really letting it be known that you're like in a vulnerable position, meaning to this nurturing place of, it didn't need to be nurtured. When it's in reverse, it doesn't want to. It wants to be, like a bow down energy. It just want to be seen in a place of how important, how much you love them, how like overall, how many secrets you held, and how many times that they deceived, or it was like lies involved. But it's more or less saying this secret, this inner knowing that, yeah, you will have to eventually be separate, independent from them, because you can't be committed to them more. They already showed you what the story was as far as your white picket fence. I just see that, as unhappy this may feel currently, and I know you feel like, listen, this make you feel better right now to make it uncomfortable for them, but overall, it's showing that you still really wish it wasn't like this. Mm. I see Pisces, Libra, Cancer, Pisces again, Taurus, what is it, Aquarius, Scorpio, yeah, Taurus, Leo. Just everybody's here. Everybody's here. And do clarification on this advice and outcome. Let's get clarification on this advice and outcome for Aries. Advice and outcome, please. Advice and outcome for Aries. Advice and outcome. Advice and outcome for Aries. Advice and outcome. All right. Leo came out again. It just looks like the reconciliation is just to avoid arguing over and over again. It's more or less even down to focus on your cup over everything else. Is because of seeing that, again, it's feeling like it wasn't being nurtured, it wasn't being addressed to where it felt like you felt taken for granted. Even with this came down to this point being left out in the cold and making sure that doesn't happen again, you're working things very. To me, when I see this Three of Pentacles, it's like you literally doing some intricate stuff to where it's elaborate. It look like it's like to the place to where it for you it really doesn't even make you feel good for things to be this difficult. This is like so against this just seems like you feel like this you're between a rock and a hard place. The injustice and balance of it all is the fact that you're over it is causing this way of moving. The fact that you seeing that you have to move with them this way in order for things to be to your brighter day. You don't care about the immaturity at this point or how it looks. You're like, listen, they didn't care how they look, so more or less you really don't care how it looks for you. Ten of Swords here. I didn't see this, so I looked here. Yeah. This is a self-serving energy to where it's like, listen, I'm going to do things, I'm going to feel as, um, it's just more or less saying, this is the energy of a King of Wands in reverse. So it's an aggressive, self-serving, intentional like type of energy, but it's also looking as if it's done this way strategically in order to with every intent to move to smoother waters. It's just what's being done in the meantime, in between time, because of the feelings involved. Honestly, if I see the devil in reverse here, it's like once you get your way out, you don't plan on even making it about them anymore. It's like you truly want to be free from this. That's the justice. That's the true justice there. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the true justice. That's what I see for you, Aries. Let me know if you choose to in the comments below. But either way, I thank you for your view. I hope you come back through. Till next time, love and light.